Hey guys, welcome to Studio Noir. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how to use the system. So, make sure when you arrive the screen should look like this and the custom should be circled. As you can see, it circles go, circle, it should always be on custom. We've also left a note here. You can then work through each set of lights, starting with intensity, which will put the light to 100%. You can then change the intensity, it goes to 75, 50, 25, 10, and then 6 out of 6 goes back to 0. So if I go to 100, you can then go to the front spots, which is going to be these two just in front of me. Once you've opened the intensity, you can then play with the colors, the positions, gobos. None of these can be changed until you have hit intensity to start with. You need to turn on the light before being able to do anything. If you don't like anything, you can press clear all and it's going to go back to everything being off. Another option is you can click on looks. We have pre-programmed 8 different looks for you. You tap on looks again and it will basically work through the different looks that we have done. Say you arrive at a look and you're like, oh, I like this one, but I want it all in one color. You tap on all colors and it will change all the lights to a certain color. If you then want everything strobing, you're going to tap and hold the strobe and everything will strobe. When you let go, everything will stop. You can do an all pan or all tilt effect. Same thing, you could tap. There's 7 different stages here, as you can see the top right, and 9 different here. As you tap through, they'll start to move quicker or slower. Number 7 will be back to static. You then have one last button on here which can work, is the haze machine. Press it once and it will come and it does in 3-second increments. I would recommend not doing too much because it's hard to get rid of, but it's easy to add. Same thing goes, clear all, you go back to where you started. So as you can see, I created some look in the background. Everything that is lit right now has a yellow triangle in the bottom left. If, for example, I didn't want to clear all, but I just want to remove one thing, this is the only time you should change it at the top. Go to release, click on, for example, the bar beam effect. The yellow triangle disappears, the effect stops. You then need to go back to custom, and then you're good to go again. Okay, we're gonna go through a couple of do not, just to keep it as easy as possible. As I mentioned before, always be on custom. The custom should have a circle around it, unless you're releasing one individual light, and you go to release and go back to custom. Do not turn off the program. You shouldn't be touching any of these buttons outside of the colored boxes here. Or the bottom, do not try to navigate elsewhere because you're not going to get anywhere. And in the end, it makes it harder for us to backtrack and get you back on track to where you were because there's no trace of all the movements you made on the screen. So as I said, stay within these lights, custom release, that's about it, and everything should be good. Other than the screen, do not turn off the lights individually. Do not unplug the smoke machine. We have control of it from our phone, so we can easily bring it back for you. But if you move it, it's difficult for us to do so. As well as this control panel. Please leave it where it is. If you move it, it will also be hard for us to start it up again. Okay, the smoke machine you should never have to touch, but if it's not working on the screen for some reason, please check that it's on A267. The green light is flashing, and that's all it should be on. Everything else should be controlled by the screen. Again, if it's not working, come and check. We have a smart plug here. This blue light should be lit. If it's not, you can press this side button to turn it on. Give it some time, it needs to heat up. And then when it comes to A267, you should be able to control it on the screen. We have a backup smoke machine. So you're gonna, if the other one is not working, you're gonna click power. It then will turn on here. You then need to wait for it. We've just had it on, so it says ready already. But quite often you need to wait for it to say ready, for it to heat up and be ready to start. You're then gonna click on timer, bottom left. This will then shoot 3 seconds of smoke every 45 seconds. That'll continue to do it automatically for you. If you wanted to stop it, just power off. Please make sure this is powered off when you leave, if you do happen to use it. We have 2 Godox lights, which are continuous for you to use. Should be preset just for you to be able to easily unroll and plug into the wall. We do have extra extension cords on the cart if you need. Underneath the light there is a switch to be able to turn it on, give it a couple of seconds and it should light up. This one is going to control your temperature of lights and brightness. So at the moment it's on the light temperature, you can twist and it's going to change. Tap the button and it's going to go up to the brightness, it's going to change. You can then also, once it's at 100%, press booster and it's going to go even brighter. Again, at the end, switch off the light and please return it how you found it. Roll up the cord and you can hang it just over, like so. To change the stage, it may be locked or unlocked depending on the previous client. We'll always try and leave it stationary and locked, ready for you to go on. But if it is unlocked, so as you can see, the wheels are moving. You want to go here, you're going to push it to the opposite side. You want to switch this here, and then you're going to crank it to the right. This then starts to bring this stopper down. All 4 wheels are programmed exactly the same. Now it's still. If you then wanted to be able to lift it again, you need to switch this little knob in here. And then you can do the opposite, bring it to the left, which is going to bring the stopper up so the wheel touches the floor again, for you to be able to move it to where you need. Any problems, please shoot us a message before trying to resolve the problem by yourself, because as I said, when you get too deep into it, it's very hard for us to come back without being here physically in person. So always message us and we'll help out as much as we can and get you back on track.